community of Delagrande is about over an hour and a half by very bumpy, very hilly, several incredibly steep hills. So really only all-terrain vehicles or jeeps can get through there. My name is Jenny Huntley, and I'm a registered midwife, and I've been volunteering with Midwives for Haiti. Many women have told me they've come from quite a far distance, an hour, even a couple hours of walking. Women seem to really be drawn to having someone just do a quick assessment of them and feel their belly and hear the baby's heartbeat and hear that everything is going well. Because of the Jeep, we're going to be able to run these mobile clinics to include places like Delagrande that we haven't been able to go to because of distance.
Good morning and welcome to Rotary District 9800 Assembly. I'm Adrian Nelson, Director of Public Image and Communications, and as you can see, I'm not at Melton today. I'm in Carnegie at Kunang Park. At the moment the Auskick Clinic is on, but later on this morning I coach the Caulfield Bears Junior Football Club, where my son Harry is about to play his 50th match, which, as you can imagine, for our family is a very exciting day. So now it's time for Rotary Story Time, because that's what we need to do as Rotarians. We need to tell our stories the best way we possibly can. And we do so far. Rotarians tell fantastic stories, whether it's about our projects, our members. There's so many great stories that we have to tell. And when Rotarians meet other people, meet their family, their friends, they tell those stories, which is great. But we need to find other ways to tell those stories. The stories might be done through your club newsletter, and there are dozens of ways to make them really interesting. It might be by getting it into the local newspaper and getting your local newspaper to tell that story. It might be on social media. It might be using your club website. But today what we're going to talk about and what we're going to focus on this year in trying to tell our Rotary stories better is using video.
Young professionals and young people can find something in Rotary that makes so much sense for their existence.
One of my goals, and I think one of the goals of just younger people in general as we get into organizations like this, is to kind of diversify it.
There are a lot of people who have a lot to offer, but don't know an outlet for it, don't know where to put it, and this gives you access to everything.
I was just amazed at everything Rotary did and how much bigger than it was than what I thought it was, and so I wanted to join. I wanted to be a part of that.
You know, we laugh. It's a bunch of old guys that get together for lunch every week, and it's the furthest thing from that.
It's so much more than I originally thought it was. It wasn't just about making friends. It was about going out on a random Friday morning and helping to build a barn.
You know, we tend to be a little compartmentalized in our lives, and sometimes we forget people in our community who need help.
The face-to-face, the personal engagement with individuals and in the community you can't find that or replicate that elsewhere.
Whether we come from one walk of life or another, it transcends all of that because we come together in the name of service.
As a young professional, I just think it's one of the best things I could possibly have done.
G'day, I'm Ian Risley, the chair of the Seoul International Convention Committee, and this is your Convention Minute. Our convention team has been working hard to create an outstanding lineup of inspirational speakers for our plenary sessions in Seoul. These include a world champion of public speaking, a famous spiritual guru from India, and the CEO of an organisation working to keep children in families and out of institutional care. We'll get an update on our campaign to end polio, and we'll hear from a panel of well-known athletes about ethics in sport. What's more, we'll have a few surprises for you, with appearances by global leaders and entertainers. This is only part of what the convention in Seoul offers to Rotarians. There's so much more. See you in Seoul.
Now, if that doesn't want to make you go to Korea, I don't know what does. But as well as that, there's also videos about Rotary's projects. And this is probably the best way to be able to make videos and to tell people about what you do. Rotary has a series called the Doing Good series. Watch this as an example.
I had a teacher that was really interested in me and sort of took me under his wing and said, you should become a model for your community. My name is Bevan Costello. I'm an elder of the Waka Waka people. My community, the Sherbet community, job opportunity is not very big. And that's why we see a lot of our kids in trouble around our streets and in the jail system, because these sorts of kids are not made for a normal classroom.
My name's Christian Whale from the Rotary Club of New Farm. I'm the CEO of the Shaftesbury Centre, and we work with disengaged and disenfranchised young people.
So I said, well, we need to get something that will get them to come. Why don't we get a rodeo school going?
With this project, we want to make a long-term commitment to actually supporting and changing lives.
Today, the schoolwork that we need to do, an editing sheet.
We have 18 boys who attend here. They come 5 days a week. 4 days they do schoolwork, manual arts and rodeo skills.
A sentence. Every sentence starts with a capital letter, ends with a full stop, and the stuff in the middle has to make sense.
Movement, finish, Bob. Okay, name on it?
Well, yeah, I've been learning of my classes. Yeah, I've been learning to read and that, yeah.
The goal is that they leave here able to read better than when they came and able to work with numbers better than when they came.
So what you'll do is you'll have two fillers. One
half of their school is to do with the rodeo, to do with the livestock.
Just let's leave them settle for a second till we set the scales up, and then we'll just bring one at a time.
Because most of these guys will probably work on the land.
So when they come in, and you sing out the weight, and then they'll weigh it, and then you write down right beside it.
And so we want to give them as many skills as we can.
Yeah. 242.
Oh, I thought you said how much I'm supposed
154.
Okay, let him go.
He right to go.
Let him out. Education is the future. I know that because I'm living proof of it. That's the only way that our kids are going to have a successful life.
If you're down the side too far, lift your hand up and your body comes up, right? Right, and then when he wants to get off, he looks around here, right round here, right, and slide over, land on your hands and knees and go like crazy.
It's the first time that they're actually achieving something, ever. It's the first time. So I feel really good about that, and I think they do as well. And who's on this one down here? Second. Alright, we got now.
You right?
Buckle.
Go now, go, go, go. Go, go.
You do, Cody. Give it to him, right? Well done, Tom. You ready? Give it to him, Jeremiah.
I'm just going to stay here and keep on going all the way till they let us go out of the school. And I love it here. Yeah.
I just love being a Rotarian. When I first joined the Rotary Club over 30 years ago, I was just really impressed. The people who have got very busy professional lives will commit some of their personal time to helping others less fortunate than they are. They get involved in all sorts of projects working with the community at all sorts of levels, be they asylum seekers or children struggling at school or disadvantaged youth. And that really blew me away. I thought it was so refreshing coming out of a corporate world to see people like that. Secondly, when I retired, I don't know what I would have done without Rotary. It's made me a second career in many ways. I get involved in working with a men's shed. I get involved working with asylum seekers. I get involved with the mentoring programs. It's just been a terrific professional and personal opportunity. So I love being a Rotarian.
Particularly to the presidents in this year of being a gift to the world, and of course all the members in District 9800.
Group vocational exchange followed by detailed planning with District 3800.
Coming to the Philippines has been an eye-opening experience for me, as family planning and maternal health remain a highly contested issue here. Abortion is illegal and contraception is frowned upon.
Whilst here in the Philippines, I've been able to witness a number of hard-working NGOs such as Red Cross and International Planned Parenthood Federation.
Vocation-wise, a highlight for me was speaking to 500 business administration students about communication and entrepreneurship. They all wanted my photo afterwards and even gave me a caricature of my face.
Coming to the Philippines has absolutely blown my mind, both culturally and vocationally. I've had the opportunity to attend schools, orphanages, high schools and colleges. This has opened my eyes, especially about how English and literacy is taught in a non-English speaking country.
The highlights are, in my case, under peace conflict resolution, I conducted a half-day seminar workshop to 86 National Philippine Army officers. Under basic education, child health, I conducted a reading, spending time with salvaged, abused street children in a protected home.
It's given her a lot of confidence in herself. I just think she just loves the whole atmosphere. I think she just loves coming and just being with the carers and the other children and just basically dancing and just being here.
The pleasure I get out of it is to see the children come in when they're very shy and self-contained, and over the weeks, or maybe it takes months, they gradually do come out of themselves a bit and begin to share and to enjoy what we're doing, and that's what gives me great satisfaction.
Our Rotary Club has totally absorbed Busy Feet as their main community program. I think the key thing is that it's shown that we are involved directly within the community, and the more important thing is that the children that we're involved with are gaining great things out of the program.
It wouldn't happen without volunteers. The children need one person per child, and you get very fond of them, and they'll become like another little family.
I volunteered for Busy Feet because I saw this as a real opportunity for children with disabilities to have a normal dance and music experience.
Well, the dance teachers have done an amazing job. They hadn't worked completely with disability children before. They've played by ear, tried different ways, and now they've got the children doing many steps and much more than we ever expected them to do.
They have very few opportunities like that, disabled kids. You know, one of the biggest things they struggle with is exclusion, because they just can't participate at the same level as others. So to have this opportunity where everyone's on the same or similar level and it's something they enjoy is fantastic.
Hannah has always been interested in music and dance, and when I had tried to find something that was suitable for her in the community, the programs were too fast for her. She needed time to absorb the information and to dance at her own pace. Busy Feet provides the outlet for her to be part of a group that works in a way that combines both new ideas in the pattern of events, plus also working together in a group at her own pace.
He loves it. He'll wake up during the week and he'll say, "Busy feet." We say, "No, not till Tuesday." It's good therapeutically, gets the dancing and the movement, a little bit of discipline as far as the steps go, but still with a lot of freedom.
Oh, look, extremely satisfying when we look back at what the children were like when we first started, and most of them wouldn't even talk. Most of them wouldn't do anything. And then we started seeing, you know, a little bit of a change like at the end of the year, and then a little bit more last year. And then this year it's quite a significant change in that even little things like when we come in, they say hello, they know your name now. They'll say hello Gaynor, or they'll say goodbye Gaynor, goodbye Fran. They will listen to us a little bit more. They attempt the movements a lot more. And I think, you know, just their confidence is just really a lot, you know, has grown an enormous amount.
There's not much available for our special needs community, unfortunately, and this is a great chance for them.
I think the parents and the caregivers enjoy a bit of time out from the children, knowing that they're safe and also that they're enjoying themselves and having fun in a safe environment, but mainly that we have a lot of support. We've developed quite a support network within our own group as parents.
Well, just being able to relax and turn off, talk to the other parents, and have that time maybe away and just know that she's happy and we can share and get some general knowledge and share some ideas with the other parents and support one another.
We've learnt a lot, volunteers have learnt a lot, and certainly our club has grown as a result.
I've got to know the guardians and mums of the children, who are all delightful people, and especially the children. Really, it is a joy to greet them every week.
We've already helped many Rotary clubs, both starting up their program and also showing interest in their program. So we want the program to succeed, and we'll give everything we can to ensure that that happens.
Okay, first tip, and I really shouldn't have to tell you this one, but we've seen barbecues and Rotarians a lot. We don't need to see us anymore with barbecue tongs, with aprons and with sausages. Okay? Same goes with shaking hands and certificates. Alright, ban them from your bulletins, ban them from your websites. Let's focus on what our projects achieve for the community, not just handing over certificates and cooking sausages all the time. So when you're choosing a location to record, choose somewhere that's relevant for your area. Choose somewhere that will really look good and tell people this is where you're from. Somewhere like here. Or even somewhere like here. Okay, here's another tip. Remember your branding. So for Rotarians, that means clothing. It means whatever you can, signage in the background. Here we are with one of our partners, the Caulfield Bears, so we make sure that we mention the Bear Cave. It's really simple but effective.
What's up, Australia? How you doing? My name is Scott Doty, and I'm broadcasting to you from New Jersey, United States this evening. I'm holding my favorite Rotary mug, and I'm thinking lovely thoughts of you all. I just wanted to give you some feedback on how things are going with me and my life. That after my wonderful experience in Oz, working with Rotary and all of its great partners, So again, my name is Scott Doty. My wife Ashley and I came over to Australia in 2005. I had the great honor of having won the ambassadorial scholarship through Rotary International, which sent me to Australia to study at the University of Melbourne. I got my master's degree there, and I learned so many wonderful things. I loved every part of it. I served as much as I could in my community. At my college, I was in senior common room at Newman College at University of Melbourne. I learned about footy and kangaroos and enjoying life down under. I totally 100% miss it, and I just wanted to send you guys love. So I just wanted to say to you guys that I really appreciate what you do. To the people who are teenagers, to the all the way up to however old you might be in the room tonight, I just want to tell you guys that Ashley and I, my wife and my 2 daughters, Ale and Taya, really appreciate you and really believe in what you do. We continue to live out the mission of Rotary where we live in the United States. In fact, over the last 10 years, I have been running a tutoring company with my wife that we started as soon as we came home from Australia. And I want to remind you guys that service above self basically applies to every aspect of life. Every facet of life should be infused with a servant mentality. And that includes in marriages, in friendships, out in the community, in nonprofit mechanisms and events, but also in the business world. And in my tutoring company, I have found that the bottom line is if I'm serving my students and I'm serving my parents, that it will all go well with me and with my company. We've grown a great amount, and it's because we put service at the center of what we do. We put others first, and we really believe.
Right, watch out, there's a car behind you. There's a car behind you, there's a car behind you.
Have you met my cameraman? He's here to help.